Gotta apologize to male authors, because I just walked down the stairs, and it turns out my chest did actually breast boobily. One of my favorite descriptions that I've seen in a men's writing women post is the chest breasting boobily. It's just a good one, isn't it? Special thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we're going to be returning to r/menwritingwomen, which is a subreddit for men who write women characters and not very well. They're always shallow and they are always just really badly written. Apologies for the lack of makeup today. I'm running behind and I have a really busy day today. Artemis has her pre-op for her spay booked later, so I actually have to get out on time, but my morning was delayed because Mr. Chongus over here, Hades, apparently this morning got a piece of shit stuck to his leg, and rather than try and detach it, just walked around in the kitchen and just smeared a trail of shit all the way around the kitchen, which I had to scrub. So I'm having a morning today. Of all the days for all of this to be happening as well. Love it. Love having pets. But enough about me. Let's get into the subreddit. D broke a smile. I've probably lost 25 pounds these last 3 weeks. I can't stop thinking how hot I'd look in a little bikini. Wow. So, additional context. Apparently, according to the person that posted this is a post-apocalyptic book. This is a book set in the apocalypse. So, weird thing to be thinking about in the apocalypse when you've lost weight and probably gotten a little bit more fit as a result of being in the apocalypse. Holy fuck. Do you need a healing spell? We agreed, Alana. No shame in managing the pain. Now, first panel, nothing really wrong with that. It's, I guess, a woman giving birth and him saying, look, if you need magic to lessen the pain, there's nothing wrong with that. However, you can tell when a comic artist clearly has a pregnancy kink when this happens. It doesn't hurt at all. It feels good. Is it sick that it feels good? What the fuck? She's giving birth. That doesn't feel good. I feel like I don't really need to say any more. No, I hate that. I really hate that those are words that were written and that I read out. Now this one's great. This is from Dune, a series that is, heralded as incredible. She could feel her heart hammering, though. Idaho's venture was like sex, she thought. It was not passively erotic, but akin to rare magic in the way it seized her. Naylor wondered, though, if she might experience an orgasm should Idaho reach the top. He was so close to it now. It was only when she saw the rope come snaking down that Naylor had her orgasm. He was climbing. That's all he was doing. He was climbing up a building, threw a rope down for her. What? What? Huh? Who? What? Who wrote this? Who? I'm naming and shaming. Who wrote the God Emperor of Dune? Frank Herbert. I'm guessing he wrote all of the Dune stuff. I just didn't actually know who wrote Dune, but Frank, come on. This is not how women work. This is not how anyone works. Don't lose your cool, tigers. As soon as I can find the right switch, I'll get you both out of here. We've got to keep him busy, Hawkeye. Hey, Laser, before we let you have it, is your Blue Cross all paid up? You and Captain America are whistling in the dark, Hawkeye, and you both know it. Good. If Hawkeye can just hold his attention a little longer. If only I understood these things. Like a man. I'll bet Goliath would have had this figured out by now. If only I understood these things like a man. If only I didn't have stupid woman brain. I could solve these puzzles. Yeah, that's something that women say all the time, isn't it? That's a really common statement. Gosh, if only I was a man and wasn't stupid. What? What? Who wrote this? Oh, that's bad. That's so bad. Even her breasts, he now noticed with an amused appreciation. Even her breasts were impertinent. Small, but beneath the pale blue stuff of her dress, pointed, firm, almost comically insistent. No ashamed deflation here. There's a lot of weird focus on breasts in these books, but the way they describe breasts doesn't make any sense. They focus on breasts, but use them as like her breasts represented her personality. Impertinent as what? Huh? What? She rose from the sofa, hearing the plastic crackle under her body, and she tried to get the circulation going in her legs. Sometimes, at the age of 35, Martha could feel the body yielding and the bones complaining, and the breasts, as if they had lives of their own, sagging audibly in the night. Sagging audibly. You ever just hit 35 and your breasts just start going... So this is one of those cases where they're like, oh, she's 35. She's so past it that her breasts are sagging audibly. 35 is not that old. That's 10 years older than I am. 11 years older than I am, to be fair, but still, it's not that old. Now, this is from a Stephen King book. The way that he describes the girls versus the boys. When Herb and Eileen returned to the school that afternoon, Luke was driving around in the front of a pickup lane with 4 other kids. 2 boys and 2 girls. They were laughing and talking animatedly. To Eileen, they looked like kids anywhere. The girls in skirts and leggings, their bosoms just beginning to bloom. Luke and his friend Rolf in baggy cords, this year's fashion statement for young men, and T-tops. So you just described the clothes the boys are wearing, but the girls, bosoms just beginning to bloom. He's describing underage girls. That's a bit fucking weird. And also just really clear how the girls are described over the guys there. It's just a bit fucking weird, isn't it? But if you think that's weird, do not look up the actual ending to It. Don't look up how the ending is in the books, because you're not in for a good time. You're not in for a good time. Don't do that. Don't you dare touch me. Toots, darling, how old are you today? 17, 14, 15, 16, 17. Mwah. Congratulations. Oh, Tom. What? First of all, since when did Tom and Jerry talk? Ever? Since when was that a thing? Also, what? So she says, don't touch me. He grabs her, hits her, and then kisses her. And she's like, oh, that's why I love you, Tom. And also, he's like, it looks like he's wearing a nappy or a diaper for Americans in the first frame. And then puts, oh no, he's still wearing it in the last frame. He doesn't take it off and put it on his head. He puts something on his head. What is going on here? I have so many questions. So this is a part of the book written by Shad M. Brooks. Yeah, that Shad. You know, the one that makes videos on YouTube talking about medieval weapons, which I used to think were good, and then became a bit of a misogynist, and then has decided that AI art is better than Studio Ghibli. So, you know, he makes questionable decisions. These books were written back when I still thought he was kind of cool, and well, let's just say I'm glad that I never bought and read the book. It seems that several of the girls he had raped had the same feelings. He was cruel and perverted, one of the older women said, as she bore witness on the stand. And from it, I fell pregnant. But even hating him so much, I could never hate my own child. People from the palace made sure we were taken care of, and we've had a good life since. I do not think he should be executed for what he has done. I wasn't ready for what was done to me, another woman said. But he was kind in his own way, and from it I was blessed with my daughter, who's been the greatest joy of my life. So I wouldn't change the past. And even with all the other terrible things this man has done, I can't say I want to see him dead. I think he probably deserves it with all the people he's killed, but not for my part. So let's just break this down, shall we? Basically, in this book, 2 women in court have stood and said, yes, he R-worded me, but it's okay because I got pregnant out of it. Said no woman ever. What? Huh? What? That's the worst thing I've ever read. That's the actual worst thing I have ever read. Wow. Wow. No. This man has a wife and children. The man who wrote this has a wife and children. Yikes. Next, they took the shotgun in Freddy's hands, and finally his nasty-mouthed, sadistic face. Nausea came up in her like waves of the ocean, and she gritted her teeth to keep from fainting. Her terror was so intense it became sexual, and she had an orgasm. All her life, she had searched for kicks, but this was the kick she'd she never wanted. Who was with you? 4-4 asked. She swallowed twice before she could find the handle to her voice, and when it came in a husky whisper, no one, I swear. We heard something strange. The weirdest sequel to Five Nights at Freddy's that I've ever heard. But what? Huh? Her terror was so intense it became sexual and she had an orgasm. What? 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 No, simply no. Consider no. And it made her happy to give someone a wonderful first time. Hers had been brutish and short. That handsome Frenchman with the sullen wife and 2 toddlers at Petit Cul-de-Sac Beach on St. Barth's. She had seduced him behind the seafood shack. It was rushed and rather nasty. She was 12 and had just read Lolita. Someone wrote those words. Someone actually wrote those words. You know the book Lolita? It's a fucked up book. It really is. But the point of it is that it's not a good story. It's not meant to be a like, look at this lovely romance between these people. It's meant to be fucked up and harrowing. It's not meant to be something you would aspire to. But a lot of people, they don't seem to realize that. And the last one, this is a short one, but she looked straight into his hungry dark eyes, patted her breasts with the flats of her fingers, fluffing up her nipples. In contrast, it's always the way that they describe breasts. Just with the weirdest word choices. Fluffing up her nipples. What does that mean? What does it mean? Oh boy. But that's where I'm gonna end it, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. Oh boy. If you would like to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally you can click on that join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. But if you do, as of hopefully next week, once a week, there will be a Patreon and member only video for the low price of £1 a month for you to get 4 extra videos every month. So please consider that if you would like to see an extra video every week, because that is something I will be doing, and it genuinely really helps support the channel if you do. A huge, massive special thank you to all of the wonderful, amazing YouTube members and patrons that do support me. All of your names are up on screen right now, and it genuinely means so much and genuinely helps so much. So thank you to everybody that does. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.